Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to be making tortillas.
So now we are going to be adding in our ingredients. So this is what you should look like. You should have one of these things and then a bowl. So yeah, so you're going to start off with 3 cups of all-purpose flour. There's 2 in there, so I'm more of an eyeball kind of girl. So, okay, so we're just gonna add that. Okay, so now we are going to add our flour mixture to our thing. So now we're just going to sift it, okay? But we don't have to do that quite yet, but if it does sift a little bit, it's not the end of the world. So now we are going to be adding 2 teaspoons of baking powder. This is what it looks like if you're unfamiliar. Okay. 2. Okay. So now we are going to be adding 1 teaspoon, just 1, of salt. Kosher salt preferably, but it's not really quite necessary. What I like to do is just add the perfect amount so we don't have a problem. Okay, 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay, perfect. So now we are just going to sift our ingredients. And yeah, the salt and the baking powder should have no problem getting through. The only thing that's going to crumble up is you're going to start seeing some balls of flour. Okay, so now that we have fully sifted, you could just set this aside. We won't really be needing it. So now you're going to, don't forget to wash your hands. So now what you're going to do is you should just have this mixture of basically flour. You're going to add 1/3 cup, also known as 1/3 cup, of some kind of coconut oil or, yeah. So don't worry, I just washed my hands. And we're just going to take it because it's kind of sticky. And basically what we're going to do is we are just going to go in with our hands, right? So this might feel a little weird. It might be like, ooh, whatever. Just mix it and just keep on mixing with it. So now we are going to be adding the water. You can use just hot water, not lukewarm, whatever that is. Boiling water, you don't need to, but I have my own little sink dispenser, whatever. So basically just hot water. So you're going to be adding 1 cup of that. And here's my measurements. And as you can see, maybe not, it's steaming. So, hot water, come on now. Okay, so since it is very hot, we are just going to be taking a little whisk and we're just gonna very gently do it. The key actually is to add it with your hands. So it's just very hot, so we don't want to get any, So if your measurements are good, you shouldn't have to worry about this. But the reason I have a little side of water is because the texture might not be 100% right. You'll know when it's almost like a taffy color. And yeah. So I'm just gonna show you guys what it should look like now. Okay. Right now. And I'm just currently kneading it with my hands. Very important. Some people might need 20 minutes to knead, some might even need like 10. So it just really depends on, how you did it. And it should also just start to come together. If yours is not coming together, add a little bit of, if you added too much water, then obviously, if it's kind of like not coming, I don't know, it just really depends on the case. But if it's hard, add water. If it's not coming together, probably most likely add a little bit of flour, little bits at a time, so you're not gonna screw up the mixture. And make sure to pick up all of the ingredients. There shouldn't be little pieces of flour hanging around. Water, make sure they're all incorporated into each other. So you have one nice dough mixture. So now is when you're gonna want to take your dough out and you're gonna wanna have a very clean surface. It's not really anything that you need to add flour to here. You just want a clean surface. You don't need anything. It shouldn't stick. And if it is, then you need more flour, but if you did follow the measurements right, you should have no problem. So I'm just going in. Now that we have our super nice and soft dough mixture, we're just gonna cut it in half. Well, not really cut, but whatever, on estimate. Now what you're going to do is you are going to take them and you are gonna make them into little dough balls. And basically I like to use the fold technique, which is just taking it from the bottom and kind of spinning it like so. And then you should end up with like a very flat bottom. Doesn't really matter what the top looks like. But yeah, they don't really, just do a good size, you know. They don't have to be all perfect. So yeah, just make sure that the top is just super soft, no matter what you have to do to get that complete. And the faster you work with the dough, the better. So yeah, that's just how I like to do it. And you should end up with about 10, 12, maybe even 14 balls with this measurements that we use. So yeah. So hi. We're going to be dampening our balls. Come here. So we're just going to take a damp paper towel, and we have these balls. We have about I don't know. And you're basically just going to go like that, and you're going to let them sit for about 15 minutes.
That was wrong.
And it. Hi guys, so now we are back 15 minutes later, and now we have finally, our dough balls should be okay. So I'm just going to be taking one. They should be kind of dampened and different in texture. So all you're going to do is you're just going to take this. Are you getting this?
Obviously.
You're just going to take this and you're just going to take it with your hands like so. And just try to stretch it to the best of your ability. So now you can lay down a little bit of flour. Sorry for the background information. Oh my god. Okay. So now we're going to lay it down and we're going to take our clean rolling pin. And we're just going to do this, pull it from every single dimension. No, that's a great question. The answer is no, because the texture of this is so phenomenally magnificent. It is unnecessary. Like me, opposite. I am necessary. So anyways, we're just going to keep, sorry doggies. So we're just going to roll this out, and it should not, try to get the roundest shape you possibly can. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, and it's kind of thick, which you actually don't really want, but it's okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to lay them across your bowl, and this should get the air bubbles. So you know when you eat a tortilla, there's bubbles? This is going to create that effect. So the thinner it is, honestly, the better. But yeah, we're just going to keep on moving on and just keep on rolling them out. And then we will come back when we are on the pan to finally fry them.
Grace, you're illiterate.
Right now, we're over in the cooking area. So we're just going to put it on a low heat because we don't want to burn the tortillas.
Okay, but don't fucking push me.
So now what we're going to do is we are just going to place our tortilla. You do not need butter, oil, or anything because there's already so much moisture into the dough. So you're just going to let it sit on a low heat. You can put it a little high if you're a little impatient, or if you're just like a
impatient.
Whatever. So, okay. So burns are very serious, so take it very seriously. Maybe even get a 18 and older or a adult supervision while you're doing this, because just in case. That's spatula. Oh my god, it was a joke. Okay, we're not spatula. And we are just, as you can see, like it shouldn't stick to it or anything. So now you're gonna flip it. So this is what you should be getting right now. And I'm just gonna turn the heat on because that's important. And yeah, you just kind of leave it alone. Let it do its own thing. And you should really just, we're just gonna do one just so you get an idea. And just keep on flipping it back and forth. Make sure that you don't do it so you still have that normal, nice consistency of the proper tortilla. Now we are going to be doing our taste test. These are fresh off the pan, so they're super hot. So just be a little careful that you don't burn your mouth or anything like that. So let's go in. Mmm. Yummy. And if you want a more thinner texture, if you leave them into an airtight container, you're gonna get more of a flimsy texture, which is probably more tortilla-like than what you're looking for. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video, and don't forget